Hello everyone, Milan here, and I'm back doing another prediction about who's out next. I'm not going to do a full-out prediction about who's eliminated. No, I'm just going to guess who's going to be out a few days before each episode, if that's cool with y'all. Anyways, last time I somehow ended up being correct in one of my predictions, and the one for the pink team losing, and James sadly was eliminated. So this time, instead of just definitively saying if this team loses, then this one is out, no, I'm going to say which one of these 17 I think will be eliminated. I'm going to start off with the red flag in the room. The pink team just lost and is down one member. And the thing is, as much as I want Hunter to be eliminated in the third episode because he was an absolute unlikable prick in the second episode, the only realistic ways they could do that is Ashley and James deciding to be stupid and get manipulated by her even though they decided not to, or they have another stupid fight last minute like they did in the last episode, and I don't see either of those happening, so sadly Hunter cannot be eliminated yet. Spoiler warning for my ranking of the characters inside of All Stars coming soon. I do not like Hunter inside of All Stars anymore. He did nothing important in episode 1, and then the entire of episode 2, he's just being an absolute unlikable prick to Fiore. I'll cut Ashley a bit of slack because even though she was rude, she did end up voting for James, and even though Allie was bad in my opinion in episode 1, she was actually a lot more reasonable. Like at first when Hunter was getting mad at Fiore being on their team for some reason, she said, "Hunter!" And even though it is extremely clear that she also did end up voting for Fiore, obviously Hunter just told her to do it. Anyways, it's either they do one of those stupid things to get either Hunter or Ashley out, but realistically, if they were up for elimination, they would either do the predictable thing and get Fiore out, or decide to eliminate Hunter so Allie doesn't have any friends in the game, which would be interesting, but I don't think that they would end up doing it, so I'm going to say that the pink team does not lose. Anyways, now for the other teams. Let's first look at the yellow team. First of all, Gret and Yul definitely need some more development as a couple, because in their respective seasons, we heard absolutely nothing about them. And them just being a couple for 3 episodes before one of them gets eliminated means either one of them is going to rejoin later, or the storyline feels incomplete. So obviously, they're going to save them. And I think realistically, Miriam is not going yet, because the former winners getting eliminated in a row, like James out, then Miriam, that just would be stupid. I have a feeling they're still going to do it. Maybe. But that would be stupid. And there is a potential for some relationship between Miriam and Connor. Anyways, Rhea has a whole new personality inside of it. Even though she did make it to the finale in the previous season and end up getting second, based on the fact that she's in the center of the campfire with Connor in the intro, and she has a mostly new personality, I don't see her being out. On the topic Connor, I think that what needs to happen before either him or Rhea get eliminated is them growing to actually be good with each other, whether a camera is on or off. Because, as Connor said, whenever there isn't a camera, Rhea's really sweet to him, but she is not whenever the camera's rolling. And they really need some development, and it's either they rush it or they decide to do the smart thing and keep him. Alec is basically the new Rosa, in my opinion. Literally, the two main things that he's done is offer to talk to Connor if he wants to talk about what happened with Rhea, and tell Hunter that a little camaraderie doesn't hurt, Hunter. Which is honestly the best quote in the entirety of the show so far. Like, Alec, I love your character so much. And, yeah. He's basically, so far, being a support character, and for that reason, I don't see him going. And based on the fact that Connor and Miriam, the two old characters, and Alec, who is now single and pretty old, and based on the fact that I have reasonably eliminated all the other ones, it's either they make it kind of obvious that Miriam is going to be out, actually end up doing something with the death references and have her get injured or die. And I don't think they're going to pull a Jensen and just let her fall off a cliff in a bus. That'd be pretty sad. But I feel like even if they did, they would still end up eliminating someone else, like when Carol had to leave because of injuries, and there still ended up being an elimination ceremony, and that's when Allie got out in season 2. Put all that aside, I think Miriam's safe unless they decide to kill her off or injure her. Last up, the teal team, which realistically is going to be the next team to have one up for elimination. First of all, they have the best dynamic out of all of them. All of them are pretty close, except for Hunter and Ellie, who are having arguments. And it's so bad that Gabby has to be the voice of reason. Anyways, when she says, you know things are bad when I have to be the voice of reason, that was iconic. I love you, Gabby, so much. And I feel like, anyways, let's just get straight into them. So, let's start off with Lake. Lake is obviously going to make it relatively far. She's the first one revealed for the All-Star season. She has Aiden as an ally. She is friends with Tess. And she also has, like, a brand new personality. What did I say it like that? Anyways, I don't see Lake being the first one out because she doesn't have any enemies on her team, and unless they decide to pull something stupid like they did with James on the first episode, meaning it's kind of Alex's fault that he got out, but I'll take it because that means Fiore doesn't get out the second. Anyways, all things aside, Lake is safe. Aiden. James just got eliminated. Them eliminating them in a pair wouldn't make exact sense. He also is friends with Lake and seemed to become friends with Gabby pretty early on. So I do not see him being the first one out. Gabby is another voice of reason, and she's just an amazing character, and if we're being honest, she went too early in the first season. So I do not want her or think that she's going to be out in the third episode. Tess doesn't have many connections to anyone else besides it being friends with Lake because they met before. But, oh yeah, Ellie too. And Gabby seemed pretty enthusiastic to meet her. And I honestly do not see Tess being out. And based on everything, I think you can tell what the prediction is going to be here. Unless they decide to pull something instant, as I've said multiple times, which they did in the previous episode. It's pretty obvious that Ellie would end up being safe. I feel like they would end up making an argument or making some people get mad at Ellie. So it would end up being like a closer vote and you think that Ellie's going to be eliminated. But no, it still ends up being Tom. So yeah, I think that Tom will be the second character eliminated.